But that following year, 1992, Family Matters is airing season 4, episode 1, Surely You Joust. Feuding neighbors Urkel and Carl decide to settle things on American Gladiators.
Oh yeah. Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum dun dun. Bum bum bum. Dude, American Gladiators, Steve, gets me fired up.
'Tis the time.
Little fucking blazer, laser, whatever.
Saber, laser,
Yeah,
turbo, nitro.
all of the adjectives, all of them. But I love this collab, Steve.
Me too. Two pop cultural significant beings just colliding.
It had to happen, you know. Zonka needed to get with Urkel. He needed to get within arm's reach, just to connect the circuits. We've been watching some of the older Family Matters. It's nice to come back to this. Rachel's place. Rachel's still around.
Judy's still around for now.
Yeah. Harriet still looking the way that we want her to look. Yeah. Salty. We start in Rachel's place. We see Steve late for work. Model employee, late for work, but he was trying to finalize this new invention, which honestly, decades before Lime scooters, Steve, these things we see on the streets every day, Urkel's got one in the 90s.
Ahead of his time.
Came up with it in the lab. Like, this guy should have been a billionaire. He has time machines. He can change himself. He's got gene editing. This guy's got it all. He pulls that out. Unfortunately, he still hasn't worked all the kinks out because he just crashes into some patrons.
French fries, milkshakes, and everything falls on Lionel Richie mustache, dude. Then, yeah. That wasn't easy like a Sunday morning either.
I'm glad you called that. I've literally had guy looks like Lionel Richie in the back.
Some wonderful whiskers, that man. That classic theme song, and we cut back. We see Carl and Eddie. They're installing a satellite dish on the roof and doing a little bonding. They're trying to get this prepared just in time for the World Bikini Contest.
Oh, yeah. Them titties. Eddie, go down and tell me if them titties are crystal clear. And I got to say, this whole episode is filled with things that Carl does physically that I wouldn't assume Carl Winslow would be doing. Yeah, climbing up to the top of the fucking house, Steve. What are you trying to do here?
Go, fat boy, go.
But yeah, so they're trying to do that. Inside, Steve shows up, and he likes to let himself in. Laura tries to run away. He opens the door like a psycho and is like, "Gotcha. What's up, lady?" And he's, Steve. He's trying to get a little sniz. But Laura's not having it. We're still in those days.
I'm reading Instagram comments. I'm sorry. Somebody said,
your pits.
What kind of bullshit background is this? You trying to give me a seizure? FOH, dude. I guess fuck out of here, dude. Fuck out of here, dude. But
have a seizure, dude.
Go ahead. Have 7 of them, punk bitch. But yeah, so Steve arrives, like everyone's out. He sees Laura's like, well, shit, let's get it cracking then. You're like,
you shaving your pits? Don't say that though. Let's not say that. But he even says, he's like, I like a European woman.
I feel that, Steve. I see hair on those forearms. You got a nice bush.
Yeah. Play ball, Steve. But Laura's not having it. Back up to the top where Carl's trying to finalize the dish. Eddie's like up there like, please be careful. Like, let's not get fried. And Carl's like, I'm not an idiot. Like, this thing's not plugged in. These wires aren't plugged in. But then we cut back down into the house and Steve, being Steve, trying to help, plugs in those wires. Got to be honest with you. I'd be pretty fucking pissed, Steve.
Rightfully so. You damn near killed me.
Steve! To be determined. Hopefully they get to see some of them titties, though, because that bikini competition seemed pretty cool.
Next scene, Laura's showing some negligee to Aunt Rachel and Harriet, and they think it's hers. It's like, no, it's not mine. Well, whose is it? And then they cut to Grandma Winslow.
Yeah, you surprised ladies. I mean, that's some skimpy lingerie, Steve. Granny might be like that grandma from
Don't Be a Menace,
dude.
Grandma freak.
She's ready to go. I'm actually kind of interested. Granny Winslow, Steve?
Take them teeth out. Let's see what that mouth do.
Ooh, baby.
Some gummy head. Yeah, I like that.
Waldo comes in. And he's just trying to help Carl test if the TV's going, and he's just being dumb. He's being Waldo, Steve. It's like it's not working, and they're like, it's not on, Waldo.
Yeah.
Let me just fix that. I like how he gets kind of pissy with him, Steve. He doesn't stand for this fucking disrespect.
Because he's like, yeah, the channels are changing, Carl. And Harry's like, that's me. Work with me, people.
Bitch, I'm Waldo. But the TV, it's working great. Harriet puts it on. They start watching American Gladiators right then and there, which I get. If I pop on a new cable and American Gladiators is on, looks like I got 30 minutes free.
Yeah, Harriet and Aunt Rachel, they think it's barbaric, but Grandma Winslow, she's here for it. She even knows their name. That's Saber. That's my favorite one with the bald head. Yeah. And then Waldo's like, oh, really? That's my cousin.
What? And Waldo's like, yeah, actually, that's not the only famous Feraldo or whatever, Faldo. I got another one at Harvard. And they're like, what, does he teach? Nah, his head's in a jar. So the
That counts.
Faldo, Steve, I mean, they're historic at this point. But again, Granny's getting a little out of pocket here, Steve. She's got a negligee and she's sitting here banging out to Saber, just them glistening muscles, bashing against each other.
Oh, man. Get that vapor rub together, baby.
So now we go back to the roof because I guess the satellite dish is just taking some time. Steve goes up because maybe they need some of his genius. And they're up there. He's like, look, sorry about the whole electricity thing. My bad. But then Steve like literally grabs power cables from like a power line. He gets juiced up, Steve, Ernest style.
Yeah, he catches a joke. I feel like the jump in the shark moment is not too far around the corner. When they start adding the comical, like, yeah, Married with Children kind of fell into that same rabbit hole.
Yeah. Well, and they're also doing collabs where they're on American Gladiators. So stuff like that. I think that, we are seeing the shark here in the distance.
Dun,
So Steve gets hit with some electricity. And then he's like, look, Carl, I'm sorry, dude. Again, I'm sorry about all that stuff. But here's the thing. You're not using the right screws or something about the screws. So he tries to go in and tell Carl about that. One thing leads to another. I think that's when he gets electrocuted. And then he basically drags down Carl and Eddie.
And the satellite dish.
All of it. And they fall on him, Steve. So does Urkel have fucking adamantium bones or something? Because that's a lot of weight to just be falling. I don't know. What, 2 stories? What's the Winslow house?
Yeah, that's 2 stories. That's where Judy's stuck at for like the rest of her life. But Carl alone, on top of that, you got this linebacker 17-year-old on top of
Yeah.
like in 93. If somebody had a satellite dish, you just thought their dad was a millionaire. So you broke that too.
Yeah, dude, setting it up, I don't even get to enjoy it. You fucked this joint up before I even got it on? Hell no. And just to add to the lore of a satellite dish, Steve, I remember that you were one of the first people that I knew that had a satellite dish. And when I went over to your house, that was the shit.
Oh, I can't believe you remember that.
Dude, that big ass. You didn't even have these bullshit ass pussy satellite dishes. You had the NASA shit. You had the legit shit.
Got to see ECW at like 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah. You were watching Chinese sitcoms and shit like that. You were getting all of that. So Steve avoids some kind of catastrophic spinal injury. Nobody's dead, but they come back inside. They're all hurt. Eddie, he's kind of fucked up. Carl, he's getting helped. They lead them in. Urkel comes in just a little bit later, like, excuse me. I could use a little help too. And he's kind of pissed off, Steve. He's like, I was up there helping you. I'd like a little bit of appreciation.
I volunteered. You know what I'm saying? And nobody checked on me. Like, I'm fine, by the way. Thank you. I guess y'all care.
Remember what I said about those screws, fatty? But Carl's like, you think I'm going to apologize to you? And then that sets Carl off. And this is where I kind of get where Carl's coming from, Steve. He's like, look, already I don't like you coming over here. I'm trying to beat off in the middle of the day. You're walking in unannounced. It's crazy enough. You almost killed me and my son. And I'm not looking at big, beautiful titties on that bikini competition right now, which I was definitely hoping to see today. So, you know what, Steve? Don't come back ever, ever.
Go home, go home, go home.
It's bad enough you took me to that Diddy party, Steve.
I don't have to take this. I'm going home.
And basically, Steve also, I do like this. He's like, I'm not going to be bullied. You're not keeping me away from the love of my life, which I do think you see Laura kind of react to, like, oh, it kind of dings the armor a little bit. She's still being a bitch. They start kind of going at each other. Waldo's the one to step between them. Like, we live in a civilized society, right? And in fact, I know how we can squash this beef immediately. I got a guy who might be able to help us out. His name rhymes with laser. And then we cut right to American Gladiators, Steve.
Yeah.
And this is what we came for. This is what we're here for.
We get Carl Bone Crusher Winslow and Steve Hurricane Urkel. Now, if Carl wins, Steve must stay away from the Winslow house forever. But if Urkel wins, all he wants is an apology from Carl. Now, something that triggered me a little bit, Grandma Winslow was pulling for Urkel. Like, Carl is your son. Like, lady, we will move you to the retirement home.
Fuck you, Kyle. I'm trying to get blasted by Sable over there.
Yeah, he gonna have to pull up to the retirement home with you and your negligees.
He knows how to use. We play human joust, if you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, all the players are here. Steve Zonk is here. Mike, whatever the hell his name's here. The ref was like, "Gladiators ready." Contenders are ready. I like that guy's here, Steve, whatever his name is.
Sure.
Saber's not a real fucking gladiator, is he?
Yeah, he was a later addition. He's
Okay.
not one of the OGs, but they had him and was it Turbo or Nitro?
It's Turbo. Because
Turbo.
Steve goes up against Turbo. Here we are, Steve. Is it jumping the shark? I don't know, but
Not quite yet.
I do have a couple of comments on what we see Carl Winslow do in this. I just would like to bring up.
Yeah, not convincing, but they start off with the joust, and in no time, Stevie gets clocked by Turbo, gets knocked off, and we find out that Steve is wearing contacts. He's not wearing his signature specs. That leads him to seeing like three Lauras when she pulls up to check on him, and she's like, I just don't want you to be hurt. Oh, so you care and love me? Oh, no, I'll never quit. Let's get this cracking.
I have to win for my woman. He's here for the respect, Steve. But Carl, not as fleet footed as Steve is on the joust stage, but what Carl lacks in footwork at all, he makes up for in just a very low center of gravity where he's just taking shots. Even an American Gladiator can't move this guy. And he just takes Turbo and just launches him, Steve.
It's that grown men strength. Like, did you ever have someone in your class in elementary school that was like built like a plumber already? Like he was like, you're in third grade. He's like 8 years old, but it looks like he has a part time job. Like like he's just got like big forearm. He doesn't even work out.
Yeah.
He's just like a kid who was just like.
He's
Maybe
got
that was
arm
Carl.
wrestler forearms.
Yeah.
Smoking a cigarette on the playground. But yeah, dude, Carl, he whoops that ass basically. And then Harriet comes over and throws a 2-piece on Turbo and basically he's like, if you ever touch my man again, I'll slap you silly. Which, I mean, where's this energy at in the house? Because you're throwing a lot of shade at this guy otherwise. You know what I mean, Steve?
I think they have a BDSM chamber that we never see in the sitcom, and it's kind of like an Uncle Elroy, Auntie Sugar kind of deal.
Hell yeah, sex swing for sure, for sure. That's definitely upstairs in the Winslow house. And then we go to the wall. If you haven't watched American Gladiators, this was just a big mountain climbing wall where you get chased up by gladiators eventually. And I got to say, Steve, I don't see Carl Winslow getting a step up on this, but he does pretty well for a fat man.
Yeah, this time gravity works against him.
But Steve, he's got the cat-like speed and reflexes and the mind. He's got the mind, Steve. These gladiators, they're meatheads. So when one of them gets a hold of his leg, he's like, look, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Terminator's down there. And that guy loses track of him. He kicks him off. and he makes it to the top. And he even gets his hand held up by one of those sexy female gladiators that we all love. Maybe PTO got a hold of that. Was that the one PTO got? Gash?
Got to bring them back and see. And now Erkman is up one. And up next is the Eliminator because it's tied 10-10. You know, whoever wins this, get it all. They run up the treadmill, and Urkel, he makes it up first, of course. Then after that, they do the whole bike pedaling thing with their hands. But Carl gets ahead because of his brute strength. But
That upper body strength that he
yeah,
has.
all of that, and then they do the balance beam, and Urkel he falls off. Somehow Carl was able to make it through the balance beam, but
If you watch the thing that he's running across, if that is in fact him, it's not
right,
moving at all. It's like, dude, just try to make it across, which he barely does. He even makes it up that little net wall. All of these things, I just don't see Carl Winslow. I don't even think he could hold on to the zip line thing that you ride after you climb up the net wall.
maybe John McClane showing some tricks of the trade.
Maybe. I think he dropped like a stone, like a fat lady on like a rope swing at a lake. Those ones where you just see some 200-pound lady just smash.
Get her head cracked.
But Winslow, it's neck and neck.
Yeah.
They get to the end. They're doing the little run at the end. It's all slow mo. It's dramatic. Harriet, her voice is even lower because it's in slow mo. So it's like, oh, Carl.
Come on and eat this now. Now the final stage is that's like the gauntlet, right? And they
Yeah.
make it through the swinging like heavy bags, and they go in slow mo, and it's a photo finish.
So photo. See, I thought Carl won it by a gut, but luckily Urkel's got a bird nose. And when they do the photo finish, it's a tie. It's a freaking
First,
tie, Steve.
first in American Gladiator history.
And as
But
they're sitting there exhausted, spent, the battle's done. They're both hurting. And then that Mike guy, the second in command for the American Gladiator team, he's like, look, guys, this is fine. You guys just have to go again. That's all you got to do. We got to tie. Just redo this the eliminator. And they're like, fuck you. Hey, we got to shoot this fucking show, you pieces of get
yeah,
back up there and run the fucking eliminator.
you nerd and fat man.
Carl and Steve make up. Steve's like, look, man, it just hurt my feelings that you didn't want me around. I love you guys. I love you, Carl.
Then that Miller Boyette music kicks in. Oh, you can actually come back, Steve. You almost shocked the shit out of me and my son and made us fall off of a roof, but it's all good because we only have 2 minutes left of this episode.
Yeah.
And something we never really talk about is the outro music. We always talk about the intro theme music, but that outro, it had me ready for the weekend. It's like, yes, the sexy sax.
I'm going to stay up tonight and drink Mountain Dews and just rock out on Super Nintendo till I fall asleep.
I, yes, I can't wait till Monday to tell all my buddies these lines.
My grandma gave me extra Reese's peanut butter cups. I'm all fucked up.